Hello and welcome to Hillside Gardens for another season of Premiership American football here at the home of the UWE Bullets. Due to be an exciting game, that is rain you see on the screen. The heavens have opened because even the big guy upstairs wants to see this one. As the captains make their way to the fields, the reigning defending champions UWE Bullets looking to defend their crown. The tour for 4 is over, but it's now time to strive for 5. My name's Craig McLeod, your commentator today, and joining me we have Frankie Pankhurst. Hello, Frankie.
It's game day! Let's go!
Yeah, Frankie figuring out the volume control of his microphone there, but we love the energy, and we hope everybody at home has the same energy as we get ready to start this season. Frankie, former offensive coordinator for the UWE Bullets. I feel like you're going to have some insight to the team.
It's going to be a fun day. As we see the captains out now, led by Josh Brees, returning MVP from the final last year. He may be lining up in a few different positions today, which will be interesting. We also got wearing number, is that 82? Josh Gill, the UWE kicker. Obviously, always a very big job at UWE, being the kicker when we don't go for extra points or field goals. And Chris Murray next to him there, the man from Oklahoma. I think it was 24 starts at Oklahoma. Had a little bit of time on Tampa Bay, and here he is, repping the UWE red and black. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to see it. Leeds Beckett, bring it on.
Here we go. Yeah, that is a man that likes to be dressed in red, traveling all over the world to make sure he does so. For people that know the sport, you can probably tell from how Leeds reacted there. They will be receiving the ball to start this season.
Here we go. So number 8 for UWE is the man I'm going to be watching on this kickoff. Mike Cabrera, the Italian demon, one of my favourite players on the UWE defence last year, and he's just the dynamite. He's great. He's going to be taking some heads today. He was fun to watch last year. Just plays with absolute pace that you love to see. Really embodies what UWE expect from all their players. And back once again to, well, let's see if he just starts the way he means to continue with this kickoff. That's it, and he's part of that, that nice talent pipeline from SGS that we have. Lots of those guys always come over here every single year, taking the step up, playing a better level of football. You can see on the screen right now he's got Simon next to him as well. Simon's a running back who used to be at the SGS. He's going in, I believe, at RB2 today for UWE, in his first year in proper BUCS football, in the National Prem. So yeah, it's good to see those guys stepping up and making plays. Yeah, it is good to have SGS right there at the side. Bristol, a fantastic place to be once they finish with college. Come here for university and play for a fantastic squad. And get a degree. And here we go. Josh Gill with the big kick. Number 10 returns. He's made one man miss, 2 miss. Still on his feet, still going. Finally brought down. That's a good return for number 10 there. Yeah, good quick feet on the lad. Managed to make, like you say, make a couple of people miss. Brings it up to about the 38-yard line for Leeds to start this 2025-26 campaign. And number 10, I believe, is Aka. That is the only name I've got on the sheet here from their head coach, Mike Ripley. But Aka, number 10, nice return. Yeah, maybe it's one of those one names like Madonna. Or Cher. Here we go, Leeds in a spread look then. None of the flex bone that Leeds used to run. Very disappointed here. Yeah, this will be the first chance anybody in Premiership football is going to see of this Leeds offense as they go to the pass immediately, look into the air, under pressure from that UWE front. Incomplete. Low pass, obviously, as mentioned earlier, it is raining here. It was very bright and sunny up until 2 minutes before kickoff, and some game plans that were in place might have to change because it's going to be tough to pass in this weather. It should be. It was nice to see the QB take the ball straight away. A bit of confidence in the passing game. That is QB Alec Ralph, a new addition for Leeds. Interesting to see what he can do today. And I want to give a shout out to Big 62 at left guard, probably my favourite player on the Leeds offence. Coached him a few years ago at GB Under-19s, Mr. Dominic Norburn. Expect a big day for him. As Leeds line up for this 2nd and 10, out of the shotgun. Low snap, able to get it, does hand the ball off. Mike Cabrera coming in with a hit there. He is a beast. And as he does his backstroke out of there, I believe that was a tackle for a loss, probably for a loss of 2. It looks like we're going to be 3rd down and 12 here, so not a great start for Leeds in this first offensive series. But let's see what they do on 3rd down here, Frankie. Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting one, as I believe, you know, they've had a change of OC in the past month. So, you know, with the pre-season efforts and everything going on at Leeds, all the new players, then to change OC, kind of going into the game one, can make things a bit more difficult. So it may be a bit of a slow start for them today, but they've added a good 20 faces, 30 faces from last year. So it should be interesting what they can do.
And that's the snap, gets off cleanly, goes for a run up the middle. UWE swarming defense, which we do like to see from a UWE perspective. Tackled for minimum gain at best, and that will bring up 4th and long for Leeds as we see the replay here. Looking up the middle, but the penetration from that UWE front is just incredible. Nowhere for him to bounce out to. A couple of Leeds linemen looking a little bit lost there. Just surprised by the power and strength coming through. I believe that's number 90, just pushing people back, you see there on the end. And that'll be Leeds looking to punt.
And back to return for UWE, we do have Marlon Franklin Jr., number 4, previously of the Rhine Fire and Calgary in the CFL. Expect some big things from this man today.
Yeah, if I was Leeds, I would not kick the ball anywhere near that man.
He's quite good.
Let's see what he does on his first snap here as punt returner. Bit of a bad kick. It looks like it went straight out of bounds around the halfway line. Looking at the referee, marking it about the 43 for UWE.
I think that's quite a smart move from Leeds there. Obviously, know the talent of Marlon, don't want to go near him. Don't want to give that risk of a big return. But now the exciting time, my favourite part, we get to see the UWE offense and QB Ethan Gretzinger bringing the boys out today.
Yeah, Ethan was here last year for UWE, stepped in and played some incredible football, stayed in Bristol, played for the Aztecs during the summer.
Had a great year, Brit Bowl MVP. And as we see UWE now lining up in trips to the right, running back to the left, I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick screen here to Brees, which is what we have.
Yeah,
and
Brees.
He's made 1 miss, made 2 miss, and we've got a first down straight away for Brees.
Yeah, and that was a big hit there from number 40 for Leeds.
Brees last year, obviously, say, was our starting running back here at UWE, was the MVP of the final against Nottingham, which UWE won. Interesting to see him in a different position today, but using him just as effectively as last year at running back, at receiver. First down on the first catch.
Yeah, and good pursuit from the Leeds defense there. Obviously, Brees brings it back up through the middle, and yeah, good pursuit from the defenders there just to get the gang tackle, but that will be first down.
I'm guessing this will be duo straight up the middle to Keon. It is.
Nice, good kick block there from number 72.
I'm 2 from 2, Craig.
It's almost like you're still offensive coordinator, Frankie.
I'm just trying to do my best, Tony Romo.
Oh, Jim.
But there we have Keon Smart, so he is a new addition for UWE, number 2 in at running back, which has allowed Brees to have the freedom to kind of play a bit of everywhere. Interesting to see how he does. He's formerly from Colby College in America. I believe there's a few Colby guys here this year. Nottingham have got 2 of them. 2 ex-Colby guys going over to Nottingham. I think there's 3 of them here at UWE, so, you know, a fun day out for the Colby boys in the UK.
Yeah, nice little pipeline. Colby, as UWE line up for the second in about 5. Going to the ground again. Space to the outside. Look at that pace coming through. He is being brought down for a gain of about 17, 18 yards.
That boy's fast.
And was that Keon Smart again? Am I right?
It was Keon.
Sorry, we're switching between the TV and the live stuff, but there's a lot of big boys in front of us, which makes it very well. It's easier for you, Frankie. You're like 6'3". It's difficult for me in the 5 digits. As we line up for another first down here for UWE. UWE starting the way they would expect to, with a strong offensive performance here.
So a highlight on this play, I want to highlight the UWE right tackle, number 68, Eze El Gnagmi. Was previously at UWE 4 years ago. UWE won their first national championship in 2021. He was starting on the O-line then. Since then, been away in Canada, had a little bit of a spell in the CFL practice squad as well. Been playing in Europe in the ELF. And it's great to get him back in now for his masters after he did his undergrad with us 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, it's always good to see these guys come back. It says a lot about UWE's program, what they bring to the table, what they offer in terms of student lifestyle as well, that being the most important thing. And as we'll see there, the incomplete pass from Ethan, just flushed out of the pocket there and unable to see what was going on downfield. Maybe thought about running it, but then there was a big geezer right in his face to change his mind quickly.
Quite a big geezer.
As we set up for second down.
So I think his safety valve this year for Ethan's probably going to be Quinton Wimmer, number 44 tight end. They previously played together together in America at college together, so they've got a good relationship. And I just wouldn't be surprised any tough situations for him to look for Quinton quite quickly.
As we see the quick pitch going out for a good amount of yards, probably about, it's hard to tell from here. I don't believe it was enough for a first down.
No, I think it's going to be about 3rd and 5. Interestingly, so this isn't Quinton's first game in the UK. He actually got here early and got involved with the Aztecs and the UWE boys who played in the Elite Fives tournament last month. The combined UWE and Aztecs team won the Elite Fives tournament, and Quinton actually got the MVP of the entire tournament. So he is a talent.
Welcome to the UK, lad, eh? What a way to make your presence felt. As it starts to brighten up a little bit here, and it was enough for a first down on that previous play, so that will be 1st and 10. UWE can get a first down without scoring a touchdown here.
Well, I love to see that number 11 in at running back, Mackenzie Ellis, another one formerly of SGS. The pipeline continues, with a nice game though, so well done Mackenzie.
Yeah, in pass protection this time as Ethan's looking to go through the air, moving about the place, manages to get the ball out, looking to the corner, and that is caught. Is it for a touchdown?
Is Quinton Wimmer with the catch? Oh, he must be out at the 1 or the 2.
It's got to be. That looked close.
The safety valve is there, though. He is a freak of an athlete, Quinton.
Look at Ethan's movement there. Stays in the pocket, eyes downfield, finds his man. Great reach there. And yeah, unfortunately, looks like he caught it just at the 1. But that does, as I said, bring up first down for UWE. 4 attempts to get into the end zone here.
I mean, Quinton is about 6'4", 250 pounds, and runs about 4.6 40. He could have reached over 1 more yard for us there. Come on, Quinton.
And just another reminder that I would have played for the seconds if I came to UWE during this time period. As the UWE Bullets line up here, 1st and goal at the 1. Ethan in the shotgun, gives it to his running back. Looks clear, number 40, not able to get over in time, but that is UWE Bullets' first touchdown of this season.
And that is number 15, Simon Alifa, another SGS graduate. They're all coming through today with his first ever touchdown in the national Prem, if I can spit my words out. Great job, Simon.
Listen, man, it's exciting. It's hard to talk when you get this excited. It's great to be back here. It's great to see UWE's offense firing immediately. And there they are with the first touchdown of the season, with hopefully plenty more to come.
And as always, what I love to see, it's not just me for 7 years being the OC here. We always go for 2. Even when I'm gone, Jadrian's here as OC, got a touchdown on his first drive, and now we're going for 2.
Yeah, that is a staple of UWE, aggressive football. It really, football is a chess game at the end. If UWE score here and Leeds go down and score a touchdown, they've now got to question whether they go for 2. Are they comfortable doing it? As Ethan slings it out to the side, and yeah, that will be a 2-point conversion successful.
Running back in the flat for Simon again. That is the Octopus. All 8 points.
They were well deserved. He had a very good drive. Great play from Ethan. Not an easy throw to make there. As a righty, he is throwing across his body to the outside the numbers, into the flats. And I tell you what, I think Jadrian will be proud of him on that drive. Very few miscommunications from UWE there.
It was an efficient drive, wasn't it? It was pretty impressive.
It's all right.
It's all right. We'll take it. 8 points on the board. Obviously, I'm not biased at all.
No, UWE would be happy with that. Obviously, first game of the season can always be very difficult. You know, there's a lot of new players every single year for every team. It can be hard to just fire on all cylinders immediately, so they'll be proud of themselves for that as they line up to kick the ball back to Leeds.
So Leeds have number 85, Ryan Balumbo, returning, and number 10 again, Mo.
And that will be fielded. Looking to get to the outside. He has need a little bit of space, but
I believe that was actually number 80, Luke Rodriguez, with the return.
Yeah, and as we see, it looks like he's probably taken down around the 28.
So to shout out a few starters for Leeds today, and obviously starting with the most important position, it is the O-line. First up at left tackle, we have got Bam Mosley, wearing number 78. Left guard, Dom Norbren, 62. At centre, Bryce Mee, number 56. Right guard, Aidan Jackson, number 79. And right tackle, Jack Marsland, number 50.
Out of shotgun again here for Leeds on this first down. Looking to go to the air, can't see anything, looking to change his mind up the middle. Gang tackle, did make a few yards, still driving those legs despite the UWE bodies there.
You know, in this QB, Alec, he looks like a big physical guy who can move. He could do some danger with his feet.
Yeah, that is a ham hock back there at QB. He is ready to bulldoze his way if needed. Obviously, I'm sure Leeds would rather he keeps the contact to a minimum and stays on the field nice and healthy. But good decision from him. There wasn't anything available. And as you can see, just tucked the ball away, kept the ball nice and safe. Went up the middle for a nice gain of 5 yards. So we got 2nd and 5 here.
What we'll say as a QB, it's a tough job to pass on this UE defense when you've got Marlisha and Franklin and Tony Anderson, number 9, as your starting DBs, both previously starting at Rhine Fire. They are rather good.
As Leeds go to the air, there is a flag on the play, multiple flags on the play. Big
Woo!
tackle.
Let's go.
Number 3 with a big hit. Leeds able to hold on to the ball there, though, very impressively. We will see what these flags are about.
And that was Marcus Hillman, number 3, with a hit.
Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield on the offense. 5 yards, remains 2nd down.
And that's just some week 1 mistakes, isn't it? Things that fix yourself as you go through the season, as you get out, you know, your preseason kind of, this is still preseason with these guys. They've been together about a month. You're going to have these mistakes.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate, though, as we say, like that was second and 5. Good catch. May have been enough for a 1st down, and instead we've got 2nd and 10 here for Leeds. As we see that hit once again. You'll think twice about catching over the middle now,
So we've got trips bunched to the field. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very tight between the trips themselves there. Looking to confuse. Is a pass play still? There is no whistle. There's a whistle now.
Nice rush there from Loxley Burke, number 10 for UWE at the end. Alec Ralph at QB for Leeds had no time there.
Yeah, I think Loxley Burke will be a name we say a lot throughout this year. He's already got off the snap very, very quickly. Looks to be an absolute menace, like he's Spider-Man getting into the backfield there. And very dangerous play for Leeds there. They line up here for 3rd down, 3rd and 10. And very important down here for Leeds. And they will be going to the air, looking for space, under pressure immediately, taken down in the backfield.
I think that was number 10 again, Loxley Burke Jr. with the sack.
LBJ back there, forcing a 4th down here for Leeds.
Let's get the replay here. Let's see how he does this one.
Yeah, big pressure immediately. Just sheds his man, tosses him to the side. And unfortunately for the Leeds QB, he was rolling out to that direction, and just nothing more he could do other than keep that ball secure as Leeds line up for their 2nd punt of the day. A punt I know they'll be very disappointed with, considering how that drive started, but these penalties just make a huge difference.
Yeah, and I will say this has been a disappointing start for Leeds. You know, there's been a lot of preseason hype about them. They announced 31 new signings on Instagram, you know, during preseason. We expected some quite big things from this team, but it's been a slow start. Hopefully they can pick it up a little bit.
UWE are on the return here. Number 4 finding some space, making his way to the outside, just getting out of bounds, but
he was cruising there. He was in 2nd gear.
Yeah, you can see the athleticism as he strolled right past us. Speaking of things going right past us, you might have heard some untoward language there, some frustration from some players, understandable, and that will happen with some field mics. So
yeah, the Leeds QB not best happy after that drive.
And you can't blame him. They started strong, and then just a, you know, like I say, unfortunate penalty as we see this punt return once again.
But here we go, lovely field position for the Jadrian Clark ran offense here. Ethan in at Q, Keon in at running back.
Yeah, and these are the short fields you want to avoid with UWE. You know they're already in 4-down territory. As Ethan lines up, moves his running back to his left side, takes the snap. Play action here. Ethan keeping his eyes downfield, throws it short, great
and
distance.
He is
still on his feet.
It's like tackling a train.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
He is a tough man to bring down. If anyone didn't check out the Elite Fives tournament, check out their Instagram, but he had a day there, and there's some quite impressive highlight reels of 3, 4 grown-ass men trying to bring him down. He tough man to tackle.
Yeah, Quinton Wimmer there with the run, and it's just so nice for Ethan to have a safety valve, multiple safety valves. You know, you got him, you got Brees, people that are gonna get the ball in these not far downfield and turn it into something incredible, like Quinton Wimmer just did there. As we line up for another first down here for UWE.
Interestingly, we've got Brees playing a bit of a wing position, is it?
And they're going to the air one more time, looking to throw it to the back corner of the end zone. Is that caught? The ball is caught by number 20.
And that is receiver Sam East in his UWE Bullets debut with the touchdown grab.
Absolutely great grab. You could see Ethan wanted this from the moment the snap went. Just look at him. He looks to his right, turns to his left, sees his man's got a step, throws it back corner of the end zone. Fantastic grab there. East with the touchdown. Insert your own directional pun here as UWE line up for the 2-point conversion. And that's the danger at these short field positions when UWE have them, is, you know, you've gone from 2nd and 5 to 3 minutes later it's 14-0 with the possibility of going to 16 as we see the sweep, cuts it up into the
toss
inside.
Left for Keon, and that just looked simple really. Made quick juke inside and no one there.
Yeah, the Leeds defender did what he could there, sealing the edge, but you know, you've got some very athletic players here on offense for UWE. He was able to, like you say, just plant that foot, turn it upfield, and when you've only got to go 2 yards, you're getting in that end zone all day.
And what was quite nice to see there is 67 Femi, starting at left tackle for UWE today. Actually got promoted from the 2s to the 1s last year. It was his first year of football last year, did a great job, spent the summer playing for the London Blitz, started for them in the adult prem. And he's come back now and he's taken over that left tackle spot. So someone who's been in the sport just over a year, he's doing a great job. And it's a nice block from Femi there.
Yeah.
The score was at 2:45. 2:45, the time of the score.
A nice little time update there from our referee. Letting us know how long is left in this game as UWE line up to kick the ball back to Leeds here.
And it's a nice kick from 86. Josh Gill there over the top of the returner. Good catch by 80 though.
Yeah, over it is. He's managed to make a little bit of room, but not enough to get away.
And here we go. We see Alec Ralph, number 12, the QB for Leeds, coming out, taking the orders from the head coach there, Mike Ripley, hoping to be a bit more efficient this drive.
Yeah, you know, they've seen what this UWE defense has to offer in the 6 plays that they've been on the field so far. And it's just hoping, how can we turn that around? How can we change our protections? How can we, you know, like make some decisions with our play calling here to just get something going? Football does have a lot of momentum. You know, people might not think it exists. It definitely exists. Once you get a first down, get a second down, that confidence builds. You can feel you can take it all the way to the end zone.
UWE have got to have the tallest 3-tech I've ever seen in right now. Number 18, Mark Anthony, previously from Newcastle. As he almost gets the tackle there, but just the size difference between the 2D tackles there was, yeah, don't usually see that too often.
No, and that was great pursuit from everybody on the defensive line there for UWE. Looking to bounce to the outside. As we see this replay here, we'll just watch the UWE front. Everyone's on their man, head up, looking across. Leeds trying to bounce it to the outside and just...
Oh, Mark Anthony so nearly with the tackle there, but it was Andrew Hart at the end. He is a baller coming in with the play.
And that will be a loss there of a couple, so we will be looking at about 2nd and 12 here. Leeds lining up once again, just trying to figure out the protections. UWE sending 4. Man was briefly open there. Didn't get his hand around.
Like out of the backfield as well. They're trying to mix a few things up. You know, they stayed in 6-man protection and just leaked 86 into the soft zone. But yeah, unfortunately, it was an incomplete pass for Leeds, and we do go to 3rd and long.
Yeah, and that's a pass. They'll probably complete that later on in the season. That's a timing-based route. You know, he just didn't get his head around in time to catch that ball. That's what you want to see, though. You want to see the QB throwing the ball before the receiver's looking back for it, and that will come with some timing. So, good play as they line up for their 3rd down here. Another 3rd and long for Leeds.
Again, we've got trips bunched to the field. but we hand it off inside, just trying to gain a few for the punt, I believe. They can't have been expecting to run that for 14 yards.
Yeah, and for Leeds, it's unfortunate that they think they're going to be able to make some yards to make this punt a little bit easier. This UWE front has been in hot pursuit of anybody that's got the ball, and that happened once again there.
I don't want to call it before the first quarter's finished, but do you think that could have been a bit of a coaching call to try and run the clock a bit? The 2 scores down, and he's already thinking, you know what, let's just get in and get out.
I don't think it would be anything like that this early. I think it's just a case of...
It's a very negative play calling. It's a very negative view to be running the ball then 3rd and 14, 2 scores down.
It's better than a sneak.
It is better than a sneak.
You know, we'll look at some positives here. It's better than a sneak. It's a bit of a high punt, low high snap, low punt, as this will be returned.
This could be big. Number 4.
Great tackle. Holding on is number 36, gang tackle. There is laundry on the field.
But going back to that then, no, you just think that's trying to build some room for the punt rather than...
Well, football at the end of the day is always going to be a chess game. And if you're 3rd and long, the reaction on defense is you're going to pass it, which means by rights you should have some more space.
There was no flag on the play.
Well, that's a lie. We saw the flag. Referee obviously just been waved off.
I think that means they waved it off. But here we go. UWE on the Leeds 46. So they're, again, great field position. And, you know, this was the killer of the game last year. When Leeds did lose 104-0, it was every single drive UWE were picking up on the Leeds 30, 35. You know, that game we had QB3 in as well. You know, Josh Petrie. Was having to step in, who's usually a tight end, but they just didn't help themselves in these situations with poor special teams, to be quite honest with you, and going backwards on offense. And you know, this year Leeds look much improved, but it's been a tough start for them so far.
Yeah, they're just essentially they're just being out athleted at the moment. That's what's happening with their running back. You can see he's got some shifty feet on him, but just not shifty enough for this UWE front 7. And like you say, the defensive backs for UWE also stopping the pass game as UWE line up for 1st and 10 here inside Leeds territory, going with the run immediately. So much space. The blocking is incredible. He's still on his
going
feet.
To the house. Let's go, Keon Smart. Touchdown, UWE.
Fantastic play there from UWE. Looked to be going a long distance from the moment the snap happened.
Oh, and that's impressive to celebrate there. Please say he hasn't injured himself.
Yeah, he is holding his quad a bit there, isn't he? We don't want to see that.
But this shows why Brees is able to line up in slot receiver positions as well, because we do have a stable of running backs here right now. You know, Keon, great play there. You know, we've also seen a couple of the former SGS running backs get in and score some points already.
Look at that blocking. That is incredible. Honestly, this UWE offensive line did a fantastic job there. Keon just had to do the rest, make sure he gets through to the end zone.
I might try that later.
You hurt your calves playing golf this morning, Frankie. I don't think backflips are in your future at all as UWE line up.
I did have 2 birdies though, isn't it right round?
As UWE line up here for another 2-point conversion.
For anyone in the comments who's saying I'm being biased, yes, nail on the head. I was the UWE OC for 7 years. There might be a little bit of bias coming through.
UWE going to the air, looking to the back corner of the end zone again, and I believe that's another catch.
And it's the safety valve again, number 44, Quinton Wimmer with the play.
That is an incredible throw and catch. Back corner of the end zone, puts it where only his receiver can get it. Let's see this, yeah, let's see this one more time. Ethan, again, just turns his head immediately that way. Big man gets up there. That is a fantastic grab.
And it's that connection again from, before I say it wrong, I believe Paloma Pizza, where they played together. Hell of a grab.
Yeah, the level of athleticism out there is incredible, and it can be seen in the score line as well.
30 seconds to score.
And we're still in the first quarter, and it is 26-0, I believe.
24. 24.
We missed a 2?
8.
24, yes. That UWE maths coming through.
That coming from a Swansea graduate as UWE line up to kick the ball off once again. And there's been some good kickoffs here. Might not show so much on the camera, but the way the ball's been spinning in the air has made it very difficult for these Leeds returners to grab it.
And it's another good kick from Josh. As 80 brings it out, he makes a couple miss. You know, I was quite happy to see Josh Gill, the kicker there, coming out as one of the team captains. He joined the team last year. Surprisingly, he's actually a soccer scholar. So he's in the UWE football team, but soccer, as we would say. He had no idea there was an American football team here, and he just showed up halfway through the year last year and said, hey, I can kick, can I play? And he's just such a good character, good head on his shoulders. It's nice to see him being rewarded with the captaincy today.
Yeah, it's good to see that rewarded from head coach Dan Mayer, to recognise the players that really set the tone for the rest of the team as Leeds go to the ground, making a little bit of space, shifty movement, but unfortunately that just meant more UWE players could get to where the ball carrier was.
Yeah, and I believe it was number 90, Henry Ward, with the tackle there. As we look at 2nd and about 7 here. Shifty running from 41 there from Leeds, though. That was quite nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good running. We've seen the running backs plant their feet a little bit, looking to make some space. I believe that was going to be the end of the first quarter.
And 41 is James Hattersley in at running back there. Nice play.
This is the end of the first quarter.
Thank you for that. So yeah, the first quarter, that brings the score to 24 for UWE, 0 to Leeds. And as we enter the second quarter, it's hard to tell from here. Don't know if there's much with the wind affecting passing or anything like that. But let's see if Leeds have more success on offense going the other direction.
Yeah, and it's really just been field position that's been hurting them. You know, offense obviously hasn't quite got rolling yet, but UWE picked up the ball on Leeds 46 and the Leeds 42 for 2 of those drives, I believe. So yeah, you know, they've not had loads of yards, UWE, but they're being gifted field position here, which is just making it quite easy. Well,
and as we can see from these replays, they've been making the most of that field position with some absolutely incredible athletic plays from everybody. As we get to see this running play, the last touchdown of the quarter, and we'll just watch the seize part as the UWE offensive line.
I mean, that is a lovely play by the O-line there. That cutback lane was sexy.
It was definitely something to behold, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of that in the future as we get ready for the second
Whistles
quarter.
in, Alec Ralph in at QB. Let's see some magic leads.
Fakes the handoff, looking to make some space. UWE players all over him. And that will be a tackle for a loss.
Did not like what he saw downfield there, did he?
No, and it's hard to make decisions. Like you say, UWE have some phenomenal players in the defensive back position, really locking up their receivers, and before they can even have a chance of creating some separation, that UWE front are just in the QB's face.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really buying the little play action mesh there, and they might just need to get rid of that right now if he's trying to get the quick game going. Help your QB out. Let's get some quick passing game going, Leeds.
Yeah, we have seen them attempt it a couple of times. As we see this third down here, going to the ground, just incredible.
That was Andrew Hart, number 52, with a hell of a play. Let's see a replay on that one.
Yeah, number 52.
It is off the edge.
Nobody blocks him.
I mean, that's a dream. I think they're running read option, but they've just decided to try and read an end where the QB's not facing that way, so he can't see the end. I don't know. That looked like a bit of a Leeds screw up.
Yeah, QB pointing out there. There's definitely some miscommunications. You don't leave a man completely open if you're running in that direction.
But Andrew Hart came through and said, "Happy birthday to me. Let's go."
As Leeds line up once again for another punt.
Is this number 4?
It will be, yes. Yeah, and there's been the snaps here have been all over the place really for Leeds. Low, high. They've really not put their punter in a good position to try and get this ball off, which has led to great field position for UWE. Yeah, much better snap. Better punt. Short.
Still not getting out of the Leeds half, unfortunately, is it? UWE will pick up the ball on the Leeds 48.
Yeah, and there wasn't
49 even.
Sometimes with these things, it's a business decision, because we've seen UWE return these punts so well with such ease. You get scared and you don't trust your punt, you don't trust your leg as much, especially when you've had a few mishaps so far.
Leeds previously did have a very good punter. I believe he ended up going to America on some form of scholarship, and you know, he helped them in these situations where, you know, he'd be getting an extra 20-30 yards on these kicks and really helping the field position. But for you to come out in Leeds territory again, it does make it tough for that defense to, you know, stay disciplined and try and stop them.
Yeah, as UWE line up here for First and 10 at the Leeds 49. Going to the air. Ethan going to his check down here.
Lovely catch by Keon Smart there. But it's simple things, you know, it's the same values as the offense has had for years now. It's, you know, being efficient, getting your playmakers in space and letting them make plays. You know, that's a simple throw for Ethan there, but on the stat sheet, it's another completion and 15 yards, happy days. And you know, you've let a great athlete in Keon there just step a guy and make a play.
Yeah, and you know, that's a sign of a good QB. You know, you're able to make these reads, but more importantly, you're able to get the ball to your playmakers when you need to. Ethan had a little bit of time there, but there was a Leeds defender bearing down on him, gets it to his check down, and more importantly, gets a first down here. And they look to go again.
Well, quick Z screen to Harry Buckland. Makes one miss. We've got a flag for something. It looks like a solid 5 or 6 yards there for Harry. Harry, I've said this about 5 times now, but another one of the former SGS products coming through to UWE. This is his, believe, 3rd year with the team now. You know, he's progressed so well last couple of years. Did a great job with the Aztecs in the summer. He caught a lovely post touchdown against Manchester in the semi-final for the Aztecs, getting Aztecs to that Brit Bowl. You know, he's really come on leaps and bounds the last couple of years, so it's nice to see him, you know, getting a catch.
Offense, 68,
even if the face mask does bring it back.
Repeat first down. Which number?
Yeah, and with that personal foul, will be a repeat of the first down, so we'll be looking at 1st and 25 here for UWE and Leeds. You got to be happy about this. You got to think, okay, let's make the most of this. 1st and 25, that's a long way for UWE to go, even if they are going to use all 4 downs for offensive plays. Let's try and get a stop here. Let's try and read what's going on. Obviously very difficult with how strong UWE appeared to be in all aspects of the offense.
It'll be interesting to see where Ethan Gretzinger goes now, but he's got so many good options. You know, got Sam Easter at receiver there, got Brees at receiver, got Quinton at receiver. They're all good playmakers here.
Ethan going to the air one more time, rolling out, throwing the ball deep downfield. Doesn't appear to be anyone.
And 51 with the pick for Leeds. Here we go. The momentum could be turning a little bit here. Nice to see a bit of life in this Leeds team.
And that's what he said. Leeds are going to be excited to see this 1st and 25. And now they're going to be even more excited to get the ball back on offense. Ethan rolling out, throwing the ball deep. Does look like he gets hit as he throws the ball. And because of that, he just doesn't get the depth on that pass that he wants to. The only person in the vicinity, number 51 for Leeds, comes up with a great interception at the sideline.
And that is Harry Rosser for Leeds, number 51, with the play.
Harry Rosser, the bosser, with a pick, setting up Leeds on offense one more time.
We do say in big moments, it's big players that make it, not big plays. And, you know, that is a big player, number 51, making a big play, trying to turn the momentum here for Leeds.
Ball in the air, pass complete.
Good strength. Big man, 86 at tight end. Nice catch.
Yeah, we've seen Leeds look to number 86 a couple of times so far in this first half. A couple of passes a bit off the money, but that one where it needed to be, and those strong hands from number 86.
And that is Mo Sule, number 86, with the grab.
Now we got a 2nd and 4 here for Leeds.
Some very wide splits. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here, but number 35 for Leeds is probably about a foot from the sideline, with a receiver about 3 yards inside him.
He is he is right out there. He doesn't have anybody on him. As Leeds go to the ground, make some yards, not enough for a first down. That will be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and short either way.
We're getting to the point now. I want to see this QB pass the football. Like, he looks like a great athlete. He's been a lot of kind of read option, dink and dunk stuff right now, handing the ball off, but it looks like he's got some athletes at receiver, but we've not seen any down the field throws, and I want to see what he can do to test these DBs.
Yeah, he is. He's taken some hits on these runs as well. UWE not just quite. They are a very fast team, and it makes it a lot more difficult when you are looking to scramble out of the pocket. 3rd and 2 here for Leeds. Empty backfield. We are going to see your wish unless he takes to the ground, and he does. He makes his way, cuts it up the middle for a first down.
First down!
And Leeds just as excited about it as we are. 66, a little bit slow to get off the ground there for UWE.
Hey, they're going to try another shot.
Poking to his helmet there. It's Emmanuel Amodi.
I think Alec Ralph is in full Justin Fields mode right now. We are just tucking it and running.
And UWE just making a little bit of a change to their front there. the manual Modi coming out. A lot of space, does pass to the outside. Just a bit low there.
Incomplete pass there to number 80 for Leeds.
Yeah, and again, you can see the red jersey come flying in at the end there. Even if that was completed, I don't know if there would have been more to come off of that. But it's a good decision to go with these quick passes, you know, like really just get the ball out. Just spread the UWE defenders out. And
that's it. And that, I said it a few minutes ago, but they need to get some quick passing game going. He's getting too much pressure to be holding onto the ball for 3-5 steps. So, try and get his players in space and let them make a play quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. As they go to the air one more time, empty backfield, looking deep. He does throw it deep down the sideline, just out of reach of number 86.
And actually, that could be the first time today he had a very clean pocket. He had a lot of time back there to make that play, which allowed him to go deeper to 86. It was just about a foot in front of him, so close.
Yeah, and 86 did have a step on his man there as well. As we see this again, you'll see he's past his defender, and it's just out of reach. And then he could have gone a long way.
Could have gone all the way.
As they line up here for this third down. Really hoping to make something happen here. They had a good set of downs to get to this point. And I believe a timeout has been called.
As the sun comes out, Bristol's looking a lot nicer now.
At 6 minutes 58, 6:58, first timeout called by number 12, Leeds.
All right, and a good time to call this timeout, I think, for Leeds. You know, the excitement of the pick, the excitement of getting some good offensive plays under their belt. Just calm it down a little bit. Okay, yeah, it's third down, it's 3rd and 10. Not an easy down to have, but they will have plays in their playbook for this situation. They just got to make sure they call the right one against this stout Bullets defense. As we see some highlights.
With UWE in this situation, obviously DBs will be expecting to. Sorry, just had someone in our ears. UWE will be expecting trying to get to that first down marker. So something like a quick jail screen to the receiver, something like that to get underneath and try and allow the guys to make a play could be a good option here, rather than just trying to beat them over the top, which UWE could be expecting.
Yeah, and I think they picked the right time to try and go over the top. That second down, like you say, just a foot out there as we see the replay. And we come back here from our brief little break for the timeouts as Leeds line up for this 3rd and 10. Quite an important 3rd and 10 with the score being the way it is.
It looked like they were lining up with a fullback, but he just QB's motion out to the tight end position.
Going to the air again, looking deep. Does get pressured, and I believe that was off as he took quite a bit of a hit. As you just see what's going on, just trying to figure out if they're bringing out the punt unit or if the offense is staying out there.
And I think it was number 90 there, Henry Ward again with the hurry.
Yeah, and you can tell frustration there for the Leeds offense. They want to stay out there. They want to prove something. They can feel that these big plays are just inches away. They just can't get them to, they can't manifest them at the moment. Wanted to stay out to prove they could do it on that 4th down, but with this field position and how UWE's offense have been, you have to punt.
But I think the differences we're seeing right now, so Ethan's not had to make any tough decisions at QB for UWE right now, but he's got some good stats so far. But it's been developed quite nicely by the offense. There's been some good check downs to the running backs out the backfield, which have made plays.
And the punt is gone wild. It's gone further back into the end zone.
Nice out the back.
It came off a UWE player, so I believe that'll probably come back to where it touched the UWE player, rather than be a touchback.
But what I'd say is I think Jadrian's made it quite easy for the UWE offense today, and for Ethan just to be there and be the point guard and just pass it around and make it easy.
And they are calling it a safety.
It's a safety. And I think the difference we're seeing in this Leeds offense right now, it seems like everything's on Alex, the QB's shoulders right now. He's being forced to try and make big plays. And there's just nothing there simple, nothing for him to take away underneath. There's just, get him a bit of confidence, get him rolling a little bit here.
Yeah, and with that safety, that does bring the score up to UWE 26, Leeds to 0. Again,
I was right.
We talked about Frankie commentating from the future as Leeds line up here for the...
The score was at 6:30. 6:30 was the time of the score in the second.
As we just give way to the referee to give us an update there on times.
Oh, so interestingly, the UWE kick return team has different returners to the punt return team. And now we get to see both Keon and Josh Brees back returning.
Yeah, his Leeds line up here. And yeah, just disaster there after an incredible play on defense. Getting the interception, some good plays on offense, and just couldn't get it together. Culminating with a mistake on the snap on the punt. And what turned out from a pick has turned into 2 points to UWE, and they will get the ball back here. Grizzlies don't want to kick it deep, refuse to kick it deep. The ball goes out of bounds.
Can't onside cover. This seems like a really silly question. You can't onside cover from a safety, can you?
Well, it's a safety punt, right? So technically you can't.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was done from a kickoff.
I'm presuming they just didn't want to go to Brees and Keon returning there, but it looked like they were trying to recover that.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. The best place that the defence can receive it is 5 yards from it went out of bounds. We'll place the ball there, it will be a first down.
Yeah, and the ball kicked out of bounds there on the safety free kick.
So another drive where UWE start in Leeds territory. I feel like it's been every single one today.
Yeah, I think their first drive started at about the 45, and about the 40, and that's the furthest away from the end zone UWE have been today. As we wait for the all clear from the referees that we're ready to start this drive.
And we've got some very good zebras around the Bristol area. They always do a good job, and so far today I can see no mistakes or anything so far. It's been nice to watch.
As we see the run and play here from UWE, lots of space in front, already a first down.
Lovely toss play there from Keon for the first down.
Yeah, and the big difference here between the way the UWE offense is running and the way the Leeds offense is running is look at how calm Ethan can be here when tossing that ball outside there, and just how much space is available. That's just not been available for Leeds, and that just means that Keon just has the time to just think about his next move, think about his stutter step, get himself down for a first down at about the 36-yard line. As UWE line up one more time. Just keeping things simple today. I think offensive coordinator Jadrian will be happy with how things have been going so far. Not giving too much away as Ethan looking to throw. Gretzinger going to the air, goes to his check down man, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, still on his feet. Can he go all the way? He does. That is a touchdown.
Oh, there is a flag though. There is a flag coming back.
And you know it's on UWE when the score
I think I was just about to praise number 19. It's lovely to see Jack Connell on the field there. Another one of the UWE guys who's come through the twos into the ones, and now he's playing receiver or tight end even, and a bit of fullback. He used to be a linebacker in the twos last year, so it's nice to see him making the step up. But I think the flag may have been on him. For a bit of a block in the back is my guess.
Yeah, we will see as the referees confer what the flag was for. We'll let you know what that means. We do know that probably.
Oh no, we've got a touchdown. My apologies to Jack Connell. What a block by you, son. Let's go.
There is no flag on the play. The result of the play is a touchdown.
And there we go. And Jack with one of the key blocks at the end there, I think, as Keon scampered down the sideline. Great to see the guys stepping up from the twos and making plays in the ones.
Yeah, and that just says a lot about UWE as a pipeline as well. Able to get players from the twos into the ones, making big impact blocks here for Keon Smart as he makes his way through. As we see this play one more time, Ethan looking downfield, doesn't like what he sees. He's got his safety valve here to Keon, steps to the outside immediately, makes another man miss, stumbles a little bit, makes it to the end zone with that balance, that athleticism, and with that other 6 points to add to the scoreboard.
Was that two play drive?
Yes. Sure.
Efficient.
And once again, UWE going for two here. A little bit low on the snap, but they are able to get it off. Does look like there'll be some space.
That is a lovely step and a lovely bounce, and he is in. Number 11, Mackenzie Ellis, with his first points for the UWE Bullets. Another one of those from... Oh, we got a little bit of fight in the background. I was going to say Mackenzie's another one who's graduated from SGS, one of our feeder programs here in Bristol, into the UWE Bullets. Doing a great job getting his first 2 points in his first ever game for UWE.
Yeah, really good play. Because we see the touchdown play again. Just great work there from Keon. Just that first move just creates so much space out of nothing, and then uses that balance down the sideline.
The body control there is impressive.
Yeah, as we see some
There's
celebrations
the big man
on the
Ezzy coming
sideline.
off. You know, there's very few guys who played for UWE 3 or 4 years ago and then come back to do their masters. You know, it's great to see him back here after spending a bit of time playing football around the world.
Yeah, UWE's created a very good culture here for football. You know, the players love it. They all do incredibly well with their studies. Bristol's an incredible city.
The try was good. After score, we have 2 penalties by both teams, which will offset. We have a personal foul against black, personal foul against red. We'll now go to the kickoff.
Just generic personal foul.
I wanted a number.
Yeah, just who cares?
But again, it's been a good first half from the Zebras. You know, everyone's had those games where it's felt a little bit over-refereed, shall we say. But it's been fluid, it's been nice, and it's a good crowd down here that we've got who do the Southwest. Never any complaints.
Yeah, and what I will say is you know, watching all the UWE home games for a good few years now, as we see a flag. Oh, nope, he's just giving the flag back to the referee. As UWE, the discipline has been there for the most part, but there has been a lot of times where it's just let up a little bit, and we've seen more flags go on the field, being their own worst enemy at the worst kind of times. And hopefully this is just a sign of things to come, that has been cleaned up. It really feels like a good team atmosphere this year, holding each other accountable and making sure everybody's, you know, given their all, because they know they're going to get their all.
The score was at 5:25. The score was 5:25.
And I was going to say, I think that's the thing that's actually impressed me the most is, you know, UWE, we notoriously start very slow. You know, it's a big changeover in squad year on year. Have about a month of pre-season. I think they've only been in pads for a week before this game. You know, game one every year is a slow start because guys just aren't used to game level activity at this point. You know, we start late as university. But it's been a very clean first half. It's great to see a lot less mistakes than normal at this stage of the season. Clinical and efficient. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's needed with Premiership football. You know, there's high quality caliber players and teams all over the place. As this ball goes nice and deep, we see a possible return here. Great block, incredible tackle from number 15
as well. Simon, I keep saying his name, the running back formerly of SGS with the tackle. Let's go, Simon.
Yeah, doing his best Kurt Angle impression with that German suplex there on the tackle. Watch number 13 here, sheds that block immediately.
It's interesting. I heard that one of his old coaches said, don't go to UWE because you won't get on the field. And yet I've seen him score 8 points and just have a tackle. So, Simon, what a debut. Keep up, lad.
Good players make good plays on this UWE team. As Leeds line up once again on offense, deep in their own territory.
And let's see number 12, Alec Ralph, what he can do. Coming out here, the score 34-0.
And it is a run.
And he's just swallowed up there by a sea of red.
And we're seeing number 66 for UWE, Emmanuel Amodi back on the field, which is good to see. Yeah, number 25 for UWE.
At 5 minutes 20, 5-0, first time out, UWE.
I will say, I'm going to say it as it is, this looks like very negative play calling from the Leeds Beckett offense.
Well, this is kind of a unique position for you, really, Frankie, getting to see it from this perspective, being on the sideline all this time. You know, as an offensive coordinator, what would you be looking to call here, down so much so early in the game? What would be your approach to coming back into this game?
I mean, it's tough without really knowing their scheme and what they've been planning, but you've just got to look for the soft spots in the defense. You know, for UWE, it's always about being efficient, trying to create free access on a receiver, and taking what the defense give you, you know. Well, that means if you've got that soft bubble over a slot receiver, we're going to take it, let him take a 4-yard catch, and if he can make one man miss, it's a big play. If not, we're consistent, and we're getting down the field easily. There's nothing it doesn't look easy for Alec to pass here, you know, in at QB. It doesn't look like there's anything really designed here to help him. You know, the run game is struggling. but there's nothing there that's really clicking in the pass game, which is making it tough. And you need to manufacture some situations and some formations here to really kind of pop up a free player here and kind of make it easy for yourself. A bit like, you know, Jadrian's been doing with the UWE offense right now. Running backs out of the backfield been working really well, and, you know, it's been efficient.
Yeah, and once again, we're here at 3rd and 12, which really limits the options of what they can do, and the defense can take charge here as he looks to go deep. Throws shallow instead. Looks like the pass was completed, but it will only be for very, very minimal gain.
And UWE taking another timeout, obviously trying to get the plays in before half-time, get the guys on the field. You know, what I've liked seeing today has been a lot of rotation. You know, everybody getting on the field, making plays right now. Trying to maximise this half is obviously
4:48, 4:48, second timeout, UWE.
With it being 34-0, currently there won't be running clock in the second half, but one more score. That second half will disappear in half an hour.
Yeah, that is for anybody tuning in for the first time unsure of what Frankie's on about there. Basically, once the score hits a certain score, a certain discrepancy between the two teams, they do change to a running clock, which means, you know, whether the ball goes out of bounds, whether there's a touchdown scored, it will continue to tick down rather than stopping, as you would tend to see in those games. And understandably so, Leeds looking very, very outclassed today across all aspects of the game. Very first game of the season, so could just be a lot of growing pains, because there has been some little snippets of just what could be good here as we go to the punt, hoping for a better result. Will Leeds here?
You guys said Asher. 22?
Oh, that was so close to a block.
I think it was blocked.
And he's not flagged it. No, he said he got the ball. And Leeds are not happy here. We can hear the coaches on the sideline. Head coach Mike Ripley very frustrated with that call.
Yeah, it might help us just because we get the audio that's been placed around the field, but definitely heard two sounds after the ball was kicked. You know, that duh as we see here. Yeah, I believe he did. It is tough to tell whether or not he did, but I think just based off of where the ball ended up, how it sounded, I think it was
so, by the direction it went.
Yeah, exactly. It did go directly to the sideline.
And you know, the Zebras are in the best position to see it. Who are we to doubt them, eh?
Exactly, not me, that's for sure.
In my 7 years as UWE, I never doubted a single Zebra, and none of them believe that.
Yeah, nobody believes that. Everybody listening is going, Frankie, we've watched you. There's been close-ups of you as UWE go to the air. Ethan looking deep, looking to the end zone, and I believe that
through
is
the hands.
Great coverage there from number 30. As we unfortunately see you play down, looking hurt. Maybe just winded himself a little bit there. Can happen when you're outstretched for those kinds of grabs.
And that was Eduardo Carucci, I believe, from Italy, actually. This is his first year with the UWE Bullets. I believe he's doing an undergrad coming over from Italy. Don't know much about his background, actually, but nice to see him on the field, getting some plays. Hopefully he can bring the next one in. Yeah,
very, very close there. I think he did get a hand to it. It's nice of Ethan to trust somebody with that deep pass immediately. And I think that might be a connection we see happen a few times in the year based off of how close that one was. As UWE go to the air one more time, quick screen to the outside. Good gang tackle there from Leeds. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4, I believe.
Sam East, number 20, with the play.
Yeah, as we see that play again. Just a quick first step. You know, that's a common theme here for all these UWE.
It's just under 4 minutes on the clock. Just under 4 minutes on the clock.
4 minutes left. And interestingly, actually, there is a weird connection here on this UWE team this year. So you got Sam East, number 20, that receiver with the play. We've also got Josh East, number 21, on the UWE Bullets team, who is on defense. So they've, you know, both come over together this year, both from America. And yeah, getting the master's degree together. Cool time to play football with your brother. There's a 3-year age gap between the two of them. Obviously go up against each other in training every single day as well.
Yeah, you're definitely going to go harder against your own family as UWE go with a quick little sweep play. Nice movement there. Bouncing to the outside, does step out of bounds. We hear the whistles, but Keon Smart has started this season incredibly well.
you can see why it allows Josh Brees to go to receiver as well, can't you? Because, you know, he's got a very similar running style at running back to Josh Brees, making guys miss, moves very fluidly. As we see him step a guy here. Oh, yeah, what a juke. That's lovely.
That is so skillful.
But it's a nice stable here as well, you know, with Simon and McKenzie in that backfield. It's good to have 4 great runners on this team right now.
Yeah, it just opens up the playbook so much to know that you've got these skill positions all over the place, and it makes things just incredibly difficult for the defense. As UWE go on this first down, go into the air, Ethan looking up, doesn't see anything, does last second, throws out of the back of the end zone.
You know, the other great runner this UWE offense has got is Ethan Gretzinger. We've not had to see him use his legs today, but if anyone watched the Brit Bowl final against the London Warriors for the Bristol Aztecs, he was killing them with their killing them with his legs even. You know, he had a great day there. Great elusivity, getting out of the pocket. As we see him there step up and just overthrow Quinton.
Yeah, I think as much as he did well there to step away from all the pressure, he definitely felt the 2 players about to make a tackle on him might have just rushed that pass a little bit more. I'm sure that's a pass he'd want back. He's going to see that on film and think, yeah, that should have been a touchdown right there. As we start with second down here.
And we have Alfie Keary, number 53, in at centre. I'm like a parrot here, but another one of the former SGS guys in his UWE Bullets debut today. And Alfie's ran towards the sidelines cheering, I think it's a touchdown. It is. Alfie Keary, great kid. I got the pleasure of coaching him at GB Under-19s a few years ago. A lot of potential. He's going to have a great career here.
Yeah, and as we see this replay, that was Ethan to Tony Anderson with the grab. Was able to create some separation from his defender there and just did what he needed to do to bring that ball into the body. As
you know, that is a tall receiver. Say receiver, he's actually starting at DB for UWE, so they're mixing it about now. But he's about 6'4", 6'5". He's a big man there in the end zone.
Yeah, he is every bit of it and making the most of his time on offense there. Nice little touchdown, nice connection. Ethan just seems to be having a lot of fun slinging the ball all over the place, to whom it may concern, as that brings the score here in this first half. UWE 40, Leeds 0, as UWE line up for this 2-point conversion. There is a false start. First mental mistake.
Full start, offense, number 68. 5 yards, it remains a try.
Yeah, I'd say that's the first mental mistake we've seen from UWE all day today. They've been very good, very disciplined, all on the same page. So obviously they'll be saying 1 is 1 too many. But at
least from 7 yards, there's a bit more chance we can see a pass play here. So let's see where he spreads it out to. As we go trips to the left. He's taking the one-on-one to the backside. He's got that, hasn't he?
Yeah, that is going to be called.
What a play again. And it is the man, Quinton Wimmer, number 44, with the 2-point play. I mean,
just incredibly strong hands. Watch this here on this replay. Ethan, again, so good in these back corner of the end zone throws. And look at that. Just out wide.
Is that 2 fades we've seen between these 2 already today?
Between the 2, that's the 3rd back corner throw we've seen completed by Ethan. 2 to Quinton Wimmer.
I get the feeling that's going to be a very special connection for this season.
Well, the thing is, with plays like that, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of players and coaches from other teams in the Premiership watching today's game, and that's going to be something they go, well, we need to defend that. We need to defend that. So that might open more up for UWE the more they commit to defending that. UWE have proven today that that's a go-to.
Is it going to be a bit like Megatron in the NFL years and years ago when they tried to put 2 DBs pressing him off the line?
Do what you got to do, you know, like do what you've got to do. You don't want anything to ever be easy for your opponents. And that connection, that throw, especially the connection between Quinton Wimmer and Ethan Gretzinger, just seems easy at the moment as UWE kick the ball back here to Leeds. Ball's gone deep, probably leaving that to the end zone. The ball will come out.
Going to give a shout out to the UWE O-line so far, though. It's been a good day for them. But a little bit different, give a shout out to, there is a bit of a coaching change, and they've got a new O-line coach this year. Pete Jones is still involved, but he's actually coaching the running backs. But Lyden Ward-Best has made the trip up. One of the best O-line coaches in the country.
2-minute warning.
So we've got 2 minutes there. Lyden, been coaching the Bristol Aztecs O-line for the last 3 or 4 years. He was the O-line coach there when I was the OC at the Aztecs a few years ago. and previously spent the last few years down at Exeter University. A great addition to this coaching staff, and I can say so far he's done a stellar job with this O-line. It's looking great on offense for UWE right now.
Yeah, you know, like a pattern that's happened in the previous years on commentary, you know, we've just always called out the O-line because they've just done an incredible job, just creating massive lanes, making sure the QB's kept safe. As we see a big hit from number 35, injecting some excitement into this lead sideline, lowering the shoulder, 52
Is that
looking
Cam
around.
Scatterbo?
It might have been.
I love that running there. Bit of life in this Leeds offense. Let's see that again, number 35. Straight through the A-gap. Boom!
You knew exactly what his plan was
Lowers
there.
the shoulder. Just like Cam Scatterbo, he ain't scared of CTE.
Yeah, from Leeds, it's Cam Scatty boy. As Leeds line up second and third here. And let's see what they do here. Obviously, we're less than 2 minutes to go in the half, but a bit of an injection. Sometimes that's what it takes, just a big play, a big hard-hitting play to go, hey, we are just as much the athletes that you are. We are just as physical, and we are here to play. As Leeds go to the ground one more time. No space this time. And I believe that'll be for 0 gain.
Let's just hit something a little bit easier, like a little bubble, a little jet sweep, something to get them to the edge in a bit of space. You know, it's been very much up the middle, a bit of QB read, and an ineffective pass game so far for Leeds. I want to see them get some playmakers in space a bit easier.
Yeah, they might need to go to, you know, a little bit, not trick plays necessarily, but just a bit more misdirection, you know, jet sweeps after fake dives, play actions. As we hear from the referee here, I believe it's a timeout called.
At 1:03, 1 minute and 3 seconds, second timeout, Leeds.
So we actually have during this timeout one of Britball personality, or Britball's most well-known personalities right now, Chris Tebbs from Depth Chart Sports, formerly of Sportanks, just come over to join us. I'll pass you my microphone very quickly, and Craig, you can ask a few questions on how you think the first half's going.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Always good to see you. I mean, a very, very interesting day.
Yeah, so Chris, nice of you to make the journey up here. What you thought of UWE's performance so far?
Truthfully, I thought going into the season, Beckett probably would have a little bit more. I mean, we can already see that from E5s now, Quinton Wimmer is a star. I mean, some of these catches, being that close to them, it's absolutely amazing what he can do. And to be fair, you know, not to take anything away from Frankie, I mean, it's been the sort of OC and journey of Jadrian Clark as well has been an interesting one to watch today.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. I think one of the big things we've seen is how disciplined UWE seems to have been for this first half. Is that something that you think is just due to the opponents, due to the day, or something that feels like just a fundamental change with this UWE offense?
I think it's a fundamental change. I mean, you look at the first game last year against the Nottingham Gold, flags realistically cost the UWE Bullets that game, and, you know, a home victory record wiped away. I mean, it's going into this game saying that, you know, technically the Bullets were on a game 1 losing streak, and that's now, you know, looking, I mean, that's I think it's been a lot cleaner of a game, and I think it's going to be going that way for the whole season. Very, very disciplined from the Bullets. I think maybe only 2 flags for UWE all day. Don't quote me on that one though.
Yeah, they've definitely started strong. Obviously, we'll just wait here for
At 52 seconds, 2 seconds, third and final timeout, Leeds.
Leeds just looking to make something happen on this drive, which we would like to see. Leeds obviously a strong team, just kind of regrowing over the last couple of years. Just a very difficult day at the office for them, right? What have you thought of their offense? Seen some sparks that you like?
I mean, they have had some, you know, decent run plays. I'd like to see probably a bit more from the quarterback, but again, they are going up against the UWE Bullets. When it comes to Leeds Beckett, realistically, they want to be trying to stay up this year, not be put into a situation where a team may not decide to play in the promotion relegation game, keeping them in the national premiership. They like to be there safe, and their opponent that's probably closest is going to be Loughborough, and I think it's going to be an interesting one to see the scoreline tomorrow when Loughborough take on Nottingham Gold.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time, Chris Tebbs. We won't take up too much more now, but please feel free to come back as the game goes on.
Right,
enjoy the sunny weather. Thank you very much. And as we see the gang tackle there, Leeds player down on the ground looking to be a little bit hurt. as we just
The
set
ruling on
ourselves
the
back
field
up
is
here.
progress was stopped. Progress was stopped before the wheel was stripped. It's a third down.
And UWE thought they had the ball there for another big play.
Yeah, another turnover. That's the one thing that UWE have been lacking today has been the turnovers, but with 3 and outs constantly, it's difficult to get them. And yeah, forward momentum definitely stopped there.
And that's a huge play by number 18, Mark Anthony, say formerly of the Newcastle Vikings, just started his degree down here. But yeah, great play by him there.
Yeah, and as they line up, it was good to hear from Chris Tebbs there, as you know, as a voice that gets around the country, sees the sport from all angles.
Even if he was wearing a Cardiff Cobras jumper.
Yeah, he's having a nice day out with the lads. That's what's up.
Great day out with the lads. And I think that will be the half.
This is the end of the first half.
So we take that at 42-0 at half-time. Craig, what's your first half analysis?
I'd like to see more just aggression from Leeds and trying to push the ball. It's obviously very difficult with how UWE's offense and defense have been performing, especially this defense. They've been swarming to ball carriers. They have been swarming to the QB. They have been blanketing the wide receivers. It's very difficult to make decisions when it's like there. UWE obviously going to be extremely happy to have this scoreline at the half. I mean, you'll know better than me. I'm sure every single one of them will have things that they want to have done better, want to have happened better, but they can't be mad at 42-0. Anything you'd like to bring up before we go to the half here, Frankie?
Yeah, it's you know, from a UWE point of view, it's been efficient, it's been quick. Every time the offense has touched the ball, they've scored. You know, you can't complain about that. And they've made every 2 point. You know, I think they've had 1 5-yard penalty for a full start, and that's it. So from an offensive point of view, it's been a great job. Defense, you know, Coach T, he'll be trying to get more takeaways. You know, right now he'll be happy there's nothing there, but actually, I don't think they've had any picks.
Yeah, no turnovers. Yeah, no turnovers. No.
Actually, and you know, UWE Bullets offense actually did have 1 pick. So there is something to clean up there. There was 1 pick for UWE. I did forget about that one. But from a defensive point of view, no takeaways. That'll be something that Coach T is definitely trying to change. And you know, you've always got to win the turnover battle. Right now, UWE are losing that 1-0.
They might be losing that 1-0, but they're currently winning this game 42-0 as we head into the half. We'll be going on a short break here. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes.
I'll grab Ethan very quickly for you to have a chat.
Yeah, if you'd like to, let's go. Let's get a little chat from Ethan. Just one of them. And we're just going to have a
Ethan,
quick word
come join
here
us, man. Go this side.
with Ethan Gretzinger.
Great job first off, buddy.
Well done. A lot of football still to go here. Good to see you, Ethan. A lot of football still to go. Still another half to go, but some great play there, apart from, I'd say, 1 mistake from yourself. Obviously, we could talk about the good things all day, but let's get your perspective on that pick.
Oh my gosh, it's going to eat me up for a while. I should have just stayed in the pocket. My O-line did a great job. I was just getting a little antsy in the pocket, tried to make a throw on the run, short-armed it. I'd rather have that happen now, right, week 1, and that won't happen again, so we'll be all right.
I will say,
it kind of looked like you got hit a bit as you were throwing it. Was that right or not?
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, that's on me. No excuses. O-line did a good job.
Oh, that's good. Like you say, good to get those out of the way now. Now to the positives. There looks to be some incredible connections you've got there with your playmakers. Back corner of the end zone looks like it's going to be a popular place for people to be scoring points this year. How has training camp been for you boys in building those connections up?
Oh, it's been incredible. It reminds me a lot of last year when Frankie was my OC and my first game was against Leeds last year, and I'm basically saying the same thing. Like, our guys, we've hung out as much as we can off the field, gotten closer to one another. Big shouts out to Quentin Wimmer, all those in the corner catches. Right, we played together in college. Sam East making incredible plays. Brees. Harry Buckland making good blocks. The running back Keon, are you kidding me?
Yeah, incredible.
He's making
All the running
incredible.
backs,
Simon, like all these MK, like these guys, like we're just so talented, and that's just what UWE is supposed to be, right? We're all getting better. We're all competing against one another, and we're just trying to propel the game, man. But again, all starts with the O-line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the O-line's been incredible. We saw it on Keon's rushing touchdown. The lanes that opened up there were absolutely incredible. They've done a great job of keeping you on your feet as well. And hopefully that continues into the second half. But thank you for joining us here. It's been a pleasure to watch you, and I think it says great things for this season for yourself and for UWE.
I appreciate it so much. Always good.
Great job, Ethan.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.
That is Ethan Gretzinger there, joining us before he goes to the locker room to go over some things with new OC Jadrian, as well as the rest of his teammates. As I said, we're going on a short break here for the half. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Go grab yourself a cup of tea, go grab a cup of coffee, and we'll see you in 10 minutes for the second half of this UWE Bullets Leeds game.
So I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight check, gets it!
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States there was someone with me a lot more. Out here it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements. So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. In a lot of the modules there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
Do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Hey, what the fuck?
How's it going? My name is Jadrian Clark. I'm originally from Lakeland, Florida.
The MVP trophy of the European League of Football Championship game.
Jadrian, it's your trophy.
I've been playing for the UWE Bullets for the 2023 and 24 season, current MVP and reigning champion of the BUCS League. Dan Mayer, the head coach, reached out to me all the way back in 2019, and I came over to Bristol when Hillside facility here was just finished being built and ran a camp for the guys here. And then ever since then, Coach Dan is just checking in with me regularly as I was playing professionally in Germany. And every year we just sort of talked about maybe possibly getting me to come over to do my master's. And this past season, we finally were able to make it happen. Yeah, so the NBA is something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day. And the university here has a great program. I obviously have a passion for football, but also entrepreneurship, and I've learned a ton being in an NBA program. So the marketing system is different. The teaching style is a little bit different. It's a really cool system. They got great resources here at the university to support you in your academic endeavors, and it's great. Yeah, I think that's been one of the highlights, is being around so many people that are so passionate about the game, even though we're in a foreign country to the game. Coach Dan obviously was a good player back in the day, and now has done an unbelievable job building up this program. Coach Frankie, a former offensive lineman that played professionally as well, and does a great job of building camaraderie with the guys and makes it fun. Even some of our, volunteer coaches, sort of like Coach Ramon, an American guy that came over that now lives in Bristol. Yeah, it's been a really awesome time to be around guys that are passionate about the game, and they do it for the love and fun of it. Man, there's so many. That's a tough one. Obviously, I'm half Irish, with my dad being from Ireland, and we got a guy on the team who's from Ireland as well. Had sort of been a career backup here for a couple of years at the university. Been playing DB, moved over to receiver, and I really, started growing to like the guy. His name's Max, and in a game, where he hadn't got much playing time, we brought him in, and we ran a little double move, and he scored his first touchdown ever of his career. He'd never even scored one in practice, so it was just cool to see a guy like that keep constantly working hard, being positive, and bringing so much enthusiasm to the team to finally get that payoff and reward of a touchdown. It's just, man, it's awesome. That's what football's all about. Yeah, it's awesome. We were a really close-knit group of guys this season. The bus rides are fun, hanging out at the dorms, going to classes together. It's really cool. Kind of getting that American and British camaraderie. I think kind of the turning point for us was early on in the season, we had a couple bye weeks, and that is something that Coach Dan and Frankie and Coach T encouraged us to use our bye weeks to go and travel and go and see as much of the world as possible. So we hopped on Google Flights and just looked up where was a cheap place to go. We found 50-pound flights to Tenerife. It's in a Spanish island, somewhere warm, so we wanted to go down there and enjoy the beach. So I think about 10 of us went down there, and man, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We're swimming in nice water, going to beaches, having great meals, and we just became a really close group after that. Unbelievable. Obviously, in the university system over here, it's not quite the same as the American university system, but UWE does a great job of trying to make it as close and as replicated as close as possible. We have our own private gym for the performance athletes. We have a nutritionist, as you said. We have a strength conditioning coordinator. We got a great media team, and we also have Emily, who for me was invaluable. I came into the season with a little bit of an injury from previously playing in Germany, as I was saying earlier, and she did an unbelievable job of supporting me throughout the season and giving me different therapies and different sessions to heal me up to close to 100% now. I think there's unbelievable opportunity here, because when you come play at UWE, especially in this second half of the season, we're the only place in the world still playing American football. So I think a lot of the teams in Europe sort of tune in and put their eyes on us and kind of see which players could be stand-up players for them come the summer after our season. Two of my receivers here went on to get professional contracts, and I think a few other guys might end up still getting signed. Bristol is very underrated. It's a city that I didn't know much about until I got here. Obviously, you hear about London, Manchester, maybe Liverpool as an American, but I think Bristol's a hidden gem. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a good economy. It's got great food. It's got a great downtown area, great nightlife. So there's a ton to do here, and it's an awesome place to live. Yeah, take the leap. I mean, it's going to change your life forever. You're going to walk away with a master's degree, a postgraduate degree, which is going to set you up for success later on in life, while at the same time giving you an opportunity to continue playing the game that you love, and maybe potentially parlay that into a professional contract. So there's really no negatives. There's a ton of support staff to help you figure out a way to make it happen, and yeah, go for it.
Hello and welcome back here to Hillside Gardens as we get ready for the second half. Thank you to everybody who joined us in the first, joining us for the second. For everybody who's just tuning in, the current scoreline is 42 UWE Bullets, 0 to the LEEDS BECKETT Carnegie. UWE will be receiving the kick to start this second half, and obviously hoping to carry on in the same way they spent that first half, putting up points, making stops, and overall just looking like an incredible team to start this year. Leeds getting ready to kick off, obviously, with it looks like we'll be in rolling clock for the second half. So it shouldn't take us too long to get to the end if things can't continue the same way. As UWE field the ball, looking to make some space. There is some space. An open lane, nearly makes a tackle. On his feet still. This is going to go all the way. Josh Brees, we haven't been able to say his name too much. How appropriate we get to say his name, followed by the saying he has scored a touchdown. Josh Brees, incredible athlete. We said his name many a time last season. We'll be saying it many times this season. Scoring on the first play of the second half with the kick return touchdown. As we see the replay here, making some space, good lanes, good blocking from that UWE special teams. A tackle nearly made, but Brees is such a strong man. Showing off that speed afterwards, making some space, joined in the end zone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct by number 7 red at the 1 yard line. The ball will go back 15 yards and it will be a first down and 10 from there to UWE. It's also number 7's first unsportsmanlike conduct.
And with that, I take everything back. It isn't a touchdown. He celebrated too early and has been hit with the unsportsmanlike. Easy to get carried away after making such a big play. And unfortunately, that will be first and 10 at the 15-yard line for UWE instead of the touchdown. Bit of a shame for Josh Brees, but I'm sure he'll get plenty more opportunities in this half. As this UWE offense line up, looking to go to the air. Ethan, under some pressure, does get the ball away in the end. The pass does go incomplete though.
Josh Brees, though, what a player, hey? It's nice to see the ball in his hands again there, straight to the house. He is a weapon.
Yeah, just saying, he celebrated a bit too early, doesn't get credited with the touchdown, unfortunately. And
That's
now we're
such a
looking at
crap
second
back
down.
rule, isn't it? I love our Zebras, but let's have some fun. We're not the no fun league over here, come on.
Yeah, it's very, like, to call it unsportsman, I think is very unfair.
Yeah, if you're taunting and you're standing over a player, it's different, but let them celebrate, come on.
As we see the quick screen, there is some space. It looks like it's going to go through to the end zone. It does. Nice quick screen there.
And that is one of the East brothers again, Sam East with the score.
There he is. There he is, celebrating with their air guitar. Nice little dance, letting people know. The referee's going, hey, you got 2 more seconds. 1 pump too many. As we see the replay of this play. Great work there, just shedding the tackle. You can't tackle this man up high. He will just power through it, those powerful legs, getting into the end zone. Takes the score to 48-0.
You know, the good thing right now, I had a chat with JJ in halftime, but the good thing to see is just how he's spreading the ball out so much here. I think that's 9 or 10 different skill players we've seen touch the ball so far. It's great seeing it spread around so much and everybody's looking deadly.
Yeah, it's Jadrian's in a nice position, as you were in previous years, Frankie, of having all these weapons. You know, as long as you get the ball into someone's hands, chances are they're going to make something happen. As we see, just the whistles here before the 2-point conversion attempt.
Delay of game, offense number 5. 5 yards, it remains a try.
So I think he did that on purpose to give himself more space. So that's what we'll go with.
Yeah, I'm sure if you were offensive coordinator still, that wouldn't be your approach to this penalty.
No, we run that ball. Little shout out to the special teams coordinator though for that big play, Anthony Fersman, first kick return of the season. Almost points on the board for you there, but it's a great return.
Yeah, I think with a different special teams coordinator, they might have scored
Yeah, I'd agree on that one as well. Fursman is flamboyant. He loves to celebrate. I put that all on him.
Yeah, that was in the play design. As we see the back of the end zone pass and incomplete, just out of the reach there for Quinton Wimmer.
Number 14, I think.
Was it 14? I just saw a 4 and went 44 immediately. No, 14.
I'm not too sure who that is actually.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll find out sometime. But unable to get that pass in.
Less than 8.5 minutes in the quarter. Less than 8.5 minutes in the quarter.
Referees
and it does go quick with this running clock, doesn't it?
The referees have started. So I'd say UWE have started quite slow there, despite the big plays, despite the touchdown. Just a couple of mental mistakes, but the referees have also gone from telling us precise times to just under, which is understandable when it's rolling clock. It's changed as they're talking.
So an interesting score update from across Bristol. SGS Bristol Pride, the feeder team to UWE. We've seen a lot of SGS talent on the field today, making plays, scoring points. They were playing Team North in the under-19s regional tournament that's going on around the country at the moment. Team North, surprisingly, have come through with a victory, 13-9. Team North over SGS. Great result for Team North. Any of those SGS kids, if you're looking to get a proper degree and play some good football, you're seeing your ex-teammates ball out today, feel free to send Coach down a message.
Yeah, and speaking of good football, that was an incredible tackle there from number 19, Jack C.
Jack Connell, that was, say, former captain of the twos, playing linebacker. He's moved over to the ones this year, playing tight end. He's doing a great job.
And it's just great being able to hear all these players that used to play for the twos. You know, like this, it shows the commitment of both teams. As Leeds line up here, first offensive drive for Leeds in the second half, looking to make something happen. They were unable to do so in the first half. Let's see what changes they've made during the short little break. Going to the ground first and foremost, looking to bounce to the outside. Great pursuit from the UWE players. And it doesn't look like they'll be getting much further than a yard or so there.
Was that 59 with the play as well?
Yeah, Braden Bice.
He started the game at centre. Nice to see him on the D-line as well now after Alfie Keary's come in. At centre for UWE now, had all the second quarter at centre. He's now moved over to defense, let Alfie do his thing.
So we'll be 2nd and 9 here for Leeds Carnegie. Just trying to figure out what's going on in the backfield there as the sun is shining very brightly. 2 in the backfield, 3 in the backfield. And that is a tackle for no gain.
I do like the running style of 35 though. You know, he tries to run hard. He's got some quick feet. Just not quite the space he needed there to pop it for a big one.
Yeah, from what we've seen, once he builds up a bit of momentum, he's dangerous. But as you can see there, again, number 59 in on the tackle.
And 35 is Josh Knowles. He's had a few good carries today, but just not quite the time he needs or space he needs really to make a big play.
No, and I think what we're seeing from UWE as well is after a big play's happened, they know where to shut it down. It's just whether Leeds are able to come up with plays to counteract that.
So 3rd and 9. Got the fullback and the running back in the backfield with Gallica, the QB. Looks like some pressure's coming from UWE.
Yeah, going to the air, looking deep.
It's a big play. It's a big play. Oh, through his hands. That was close. That should have been a great play there. Number 80, inches away from making that play. That is receiver Luke Rodriguez. He's had a few nice kick returns today. Just couldn't quite bring that one in.
Yeah, and that's twice that UWE have been caught out by these deep passes. Twice Leeds have been able to get just beyond that last line of defense.
But it's nice to see it. This is what we've been looking for, is a bit of a spark for this offense. You know, he does, when he gets the time, he had the time there. He can put the ball on a point and, you know, very close to making a big play there from Luke.
Yeah, the deep plays that we've seen going complete today are probably the kind of plays that will be complete next week. You know, the week after. We're still so early in the season. There's these little mistakes that need to be ironed out. Obviously, they'd like to have them there immediately because that would have been a big play and would have changed the momentum. As we see the punt, there is a flag. Might be offside on the defense.
Substitution infraction, offensive formation, 12 men, 5 yards, repeat 4th down.
And that's just those teething problems again, isn't it? Game 1, you just too many errors on this Leeds team today. They're just not quite clean enough, and that's the surprise really for UWE, isn't it? It's not a surprise UWE's a good team, but it's a surprise just how clean it's been. There's been very few mistakes, very few flags, and they've done a great job today. But Leeds still trying to get through these little early season issues.
Yeah, and it can be so demoralizing as a player as well. Once you start making those small mistakes and they build up more and more, you're more likely to make more mistakes, and we're seeing that here. Low snap, he's not going to be able to get that off. He's fumbled.
Ball is on the floor.
It doesn't matter who recovers this. This will be a UWE ball.
Is it in the end zone? How close are we here? We are just short. Another great field position. I feel like UWE could have 10 touchdowns on about 300 yards of offense today. It's been very short field positions every time.
And whereas he reaches out for the end zone, yeah, you see, it does a good job, just picks it up, stays on his feet. He knows this is our ball. 62, making a really good tackle, and yeah, just short there. But this punt unit has been a problem for Leeds all day,
hasn't it? They really need to work on this punt unit, as it's hurting them right now as a team. It's putting their defense in terrible positions every single time, and it's just making it too easy for the UWE offense.
Well, there's been a safety off this punt unit. We're now down to the 1 yard off this punt unit. There's been a block punt.
And also the kicks just aren't going very far.
No, not at all. Yeah, just constant pressure, just getting through, just a lot of speed. And all 3 phases of the game for UWE here as they start with 1st and goal here. Looking to go for a dive up the middle. That will be a UWE touchdown.
Great work there. We get a
number
number on
11,
the board.
I believe.
Hey, return, let's get ready.
It was number 11, Mackenzie Ellis. Showing what can be done when you change in the white and navy for the red and black, eh? Great job, Mackenzie.
Hey, return, let's go.
Yeah, just showing those skills can be used in Premiership football and should be used in Premiership football.
Especially the National Prem anyway,
As we see UWE going for 2 points once again. Leeds moving around a little bit.
It's a toss to Mackenzie again. Come on, MK.
I don't think he's going to get to the end zone this
time. I don't think he's quite there. We'll call that a win for the Leeds defense. They're stopping the 2.
Yeah, and I don't know if they read that. They knew what was coming. There was a lot of motion from the Leeds defenders just pushing themselves out to that side, and just the numbers were overwhelming, unable to get the bodies to block. And that'll keep the score at 54. UWE Bullets 0. Leeds Beckett Carnegie.
We've only got about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. It's going to go very quickly here. Probably only get 1, maybe 2 more drives on offense for this UWE team.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see UWE use their timeouts just to try and get some more plays in. Reps are so important. We've seen so many games from UWE that have come down to the last minute, whether that's finals against Notts, whether that's semi-finals against Leeds. Every play is counted, and those plays have worked out because they've got the reps in, because they've got the practice in, by taking these timeouts. Obviously they want to get the win, but they want to grow, they want to develop, and that can only happen with reps, getting players out there, seeing what they're capable of.
So Josh is kicking into the wind here. Let's see how far we can get this ball.
And he is
nice and high.
Hoofed that deep. Looks like there's a fumble potentially. Yeah, he's managed to pick it up, but not able to make too many yards there. Looks like he's got to about the 30.
Just some basics need improving here, don't they?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the sun's not even facing that way. Should be a grab.
Josh will say that was his knuckleball, and he meant it to be tough to catch. But
I will say
this is the end of the 3rd quarter.
I will say the ball in the air every time he's kicked it has looked very difficult to catch. There's been a couple which, yeah, obviously, when you're kicking, you want to end over end, make it difficult. Because of the way the wind's caught these are going end over end sideways.
does make it tough for the return man. And say Josh is the kicker for you. He doesn't usually have that big a job, but he's making his plays worth it today. He's doing a great job.
And speaking of great jobs, everybody on this UWE team has done a fantastic job so far as we get to the end of the third quarter here. One more quarter to go, about 10 more minutes of football to be played. Rolling clock going on as UWE look to extend this score line. But overall, got to be extremely happy with how this first game of the season's turned out for them.
Here we go, UWE defense on the field. I can see number 16, that is Joe McGovern, starting at cornerback now. And at the other side of corner, we have got Ashe. Again, both fresh off a season with the SGS Pride, making the way over to Aztecs. And then in the summer, both winning a Brit Bowl there. And now here they are at the UWE, getting some reps here against Leeds. Let's see what they can do.
Yep, 1st and 10 here for Leeds at the 30-yard line. QB keeper.
This box does look very tough to run on for UWE, doesn't it?
Yeah, as we see a UWE player down, fingers crossed nothing too serious. As it looks like we are going to have an injury timeout here. As we see the UWE physios running onto the field.
Interestingly, both Joe McGovern and Ashe there, they were both part of the UWE Aztecs combined Elite 5's championship team last month, with Quinton and Ethan, a few of the other guys on the team today, Mike Cabrera, all there. So it's nice to see them dominating, you know, for the Aztecs, for UWE, and in Elite 5s. Bristol football is really a hub of great play right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, American football over in this country and Europe in general, but especially here in the UK, is just growing all the time. And obviously, you know, you hear that said about what's going on with the NFL and support there, but at grassroots level, at this university level, we're just seeing higher and higher play every single year. And Bristol, like you say, is just the place for it. You know, whether it's those you know, those 5 sides, whether it's even in flag and things like that. There's a lot of incredible talent around Bristol, and
there's a lot of great coaching as well. See the shot just there. You had Idrissa on the sideline there with his D-line. Idrissa is one of the D-line coaches here at UWE. He led the Aztecs in sacks this year in the adult premiership. He's one of the biggest playmakers in the final that beat the Warriors. You know, have guys like that coaching the guys up really does make a difference.
Yeah, and Idrissa, UWE legend as well, part of the alumni, played here a little while ago now. I don't like to think about how long ago because I played at the same time. As Leeds get ready here for 2nd down. And it's going to be a run again here by the QB. He does make some space, spins around a little bit, but he is tackled eventually.
There we go, it's a
yardage.
nice positive run there. It's about 7 yards there. It's nice to see.
Yeah, good yardage there. Gets it to about 3rd and 4. Just looking at the down marker here. Yeah, very shifty QB with some better blocking, some better communication. You know, he might be a very good dual threat QB.
Yeah, and even there though, it just looked like the motion from the receiver was a little bit stop-starty. It's like the timing's just off. You can see us early in the season. They just don't have the timing quite right to make it as efficient as it could be.
Yeah, and I'm sure all teams across the league will be feeling that this weekend and next as they open up their seasons. Here we have 3rd down. Quick pass. The pass is completed. That will be close.
But that's what we like to see. He had free access. They took the easy 4 or 5 yards. It should be a 1st down.
Yeah, they are. They've
got the 1st down with it as well. You know, in that situation, you've got the 1st down, but you've got that chance to make one man miss. He can turn it into a big play. Make easy reads for the QB. Make it easy for him. And look at that. We're moving the chains. Let's go, Leeds.
Yeah, and some of that comes down to, you know, the play calling there that led to that as well. UWE used to the running plays coming through. Just opens up. And again, number 86 is a player we've seen Leeds look to get the ball to a couple of times now, and good to see him get the ball in hand and just fight to make sure that he got that 1st down after making the grab. This will be 1st and 10 from Leeds 41-yard line.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion as the QB moves his receivers around. Oh no, I think he's taking the timeout.
just get confirmation for that.
At 9.5 minutes, 9:30, first time out, Leeds.
Confirmation there from the head zebra. 9.5 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, and as we start to get closer and closer to the end here, you'll just see things. Obviously, Leeds know that this is an impossible task to come back from here. So what's important for them is to make sure that they learn and develop and just get off the plays that they can use as momentum when they roll into their next game. Good time to call a timeout. You've had a couple of good plays. You made a first, a new set of downs. Time to make sure you don't make any silly mistakes and try and get some points on the board here.
That's a nice run there from the QB, Alec.
Yeah, very athletic player, as we'll see his pass completion here as well. Just gets the ball out nice and quickly.
That's it. And if they started this, taking what the defense has given you, it could have been a bit tighter today. It's what we wanted to see. There's a lot of hype going into this game. Leeds announced an awful lot of additions to the squad from last year. Thought it was going to be a little bit closer than it has been, but it's nice to see them starting to move the ball now. Hopefully it sets up some things for the rest of the season.
Yeah, as they get ready, coming back from that quick timeout. Empty backfield once again. Moving into trips formation here. They will be going to the air, looking deep. Launches it and it is caught.
Hell of a play there. And that is number 80 again. I believe that is Luke Rodriguez. It is. What a catch, and that's a great ball there.
Yeah, and there was second effort grab from what I could tell. Maybe didn't catch it cleanly immediately, but kept his focus. As you see,
but this is what,
pass
again,
driven
the
right in
O-line
there.
Did a great job there to give the QB time. When you give him time, he can make plays. He's not had a lot of time today, but in a couple of times he's been able to do something with it.
Yeah, and Daniel Spafford had great coverage there. Looks like he got his hand in the way that caused that little bit of disruption. But just good focus.
Interesting fact about Daniel Spafford, I don't know if anyone knew this, but another SGS graduate who's come to UWE. Great job.
Yeah, a lot of the, all the SGS players have been playing phenomenally today, just showing that they belong in the National Premier League. As Leeds line up here for 1st and 10. Good pressure on the QB, but pass is complete over the middle, and that'll be another first down.
Luke Rodriguez again with the play. That's going to be a good connection as this year goes on. They've started to find some rhythm.
And this is what they wanted to do with these final few drives, is to try and prove that they can do something. Good job staying in the pocket under that pressure. Throws right over the middle. Tough catch to make when you know there are UWE bodies around. Makes the grab and sets up Leeds for a great opportunity to put some points on the board here.
If Leeds score here, I think they may celebrate like they've won the Super Bowl, and I think I'll join them. It'd be nice to see them get some points on the board, even though Coach T will kill me for saying that.
Yeah, and he will be watching this afterwards to see how the players got on, so you will be getting some text at about 9 p.m. tonight about that decision as Leeds line up here. I believe they can still make a first down without scoring a touchdown, as we see a player in motion coming across, looking for the sweep, fake sweep, rush to the outside. Great pursuit there. Number 41 dropped by Marcus Hillman, I believe.
Yeah, number 3, Marcus Hillman. He was like a bullet coming out of a gun there, wasn't he?
Just the sheer velocity that man ran with. I don't care if that's not the right word to use. Needs something more appropriate than speed. As cameraman's faked out, but Marcus Hillman was not. Great play, great pursuit, and he was really the only person that could stop that from going any further. As we see this play again here, you see the fake, and look, on this drive, there's just nobody out there. If 41 for Leeds is able to get to the outside, he's going to make some good gains. Marcus Hillman making an incredible play, bringing up 2nd and 13 as Leeds look to go to the air. Quick pass, and that is intercepted.
It's intercepted. He's running
He's
back
going.
16.
He's got speed. He's got
on the halfway line.
Hillman getting in the way.
He's on the
60's pass.
30.
Turn it back inside.
He's on the 20.
Back out.
He's on the 10.
And he's
taken so short. He's down at the 2. Number 16, Joe McGovern. Former Elite Fives champion, former Bristol Aztec, former SGS Pride, with a great pick, running about 90 yards to the 2.
Yeah, Marcus Hillman, you'll see him again leading the charge, making some great blocks, making it tough for the defenders. It's hard for us to see what's going on there with the pick, but obviously great play. Makes his way to the outside, finds the space. Marcus Hillman just getting in the way, makes enough there, gets in here, just causes some chaos, and that's just little stutter step, just doesn't let him get to the end zone to celebrate a defensive touchdown.
I want to see the pylon camera.
It was very close. It was very, very close.
The change of possession was at 5:30, 5:30.
Next year, cheers, mate, we're going to be setting up the pylon camera so we get all the angles.
As UWE's offense lines up for their third drive from the 1 yard line.
I think it might be the third from the 1 yard line.
Going to the air, going to the outside.
Oh, PI there on 30 was not looking for that ball at all. Harry Buckland drawing the penalty, and will get us about half a yard away then if we go in half distance.
Yeah, Harry Buckland, great player. We've not said his name too much today.
Interference, number 30 on the defense. Half the distance, it's still a try.
So I think even though we're half a yard out, they're going to try and pass the ball again here. They're trying to spread it out a little bit. I think all the running backs have scored. It's now, let's get it to the guys, let's have some fun. Even though we're half a yard out and it's first down, I could see this being spread out to somebody's maybe not had a touchdown yet today.
Well, let's see what happens here. As UWE line up from the half yard line. There might be some revelations to be had.
And
Quick
it's Harry
pass,
again. Oh, great defense from Leeds there, though. And he's held up on the one again. So close to getting in there, but that was great linebacker play. Here we go, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, UWE line up. That was a quick pass. Great tackle there from Leeds on that quick pass, that quick inside pass.
Simon back in at running back here next to Ethan. Oh, and he breaks tackles. He runs through guys. And it's a touchdown for Simon. UWE score. Great, powerful running there, Simon. Good work.
And that's the kind of touchdown the offensive line love getting. You know, just that power, mano-a-mano. They've done a lot of pass blocking today. Maybe not necessarily the O-line's favorite, but when they just get to drive into somebody's face, create some space.
And it was a good tackle from the Leeds 50 there. Simon just driving his legs, just getting that extra half a yard to get the touchdown.
Really good penetration there from the Leeds front. Just unable to, you know, when you've only got half a yard to go, it's a lot harder.
And here we go, 60
to do your job.
60-0. Here we go, going for 2.
Yep, here we are with the 2-point attempt. Here we go into the air. Quick pass to the outside
that's
corner.
Lovely. Back pylon fade to Sam East again with the 2 points. Great play.
Yeah, and that looks like a play that UWE are going to be more than happy to run over and over again. As we hear from the referee.
This is the 2-minute warning.
The DB just has no chance. The ball is in the perfect position. It's only the receiver who can make that play. And the way the receiver stemmed that is, yeah, it's a great play to watch.
Yeah, the accuracy from Ethan is incredible there as we get to see the play that set this all up, the pick. And basically going from his own end zone all the way through. He must have been tired by the time he got to the end, as we just see a little bit shifty there. Cutting in, doing the fake, getting to the outside. You think he's going to get there, and the knees touch. Oh,
that is so close. Where his knees down, I think that could have been a score.
Close. And you see the plays that led us to this current scoreline with the rushing touchdown and this great back of the pylon throw and grab.
I think the rest of the National Prem is going to be watching this and doing a lot of man coverage drills for their DBs on these receivers in the red zone.
Yeah, I think you might see UWE try to run some slants off of those particular looks if that's going to be the way it's going to go. It's going to be, it feels like the pass game is going to be dangerous in those situations. As we see a nice deep kick, makes its way into the end zone, and Leeds will be bringing that ball out.
So as we get to about 2 minutes left in the game, I wouldn't expect to see the UWE offense again at this point with the clock rolling. Craig, any ideas on your thoughts of MVP for today? been a lot of people who've made plays.
Yeah, a lot of people have made some incredible plays today. Even with minimal opportunity, you know, we've not had much time to say Josh Breese's name.
No,
but
he's
the
made a
one
few
time,
great plays,
he got the ball, you know, he takes it to the end zone. Unfortunately, doesn't count as a touchdown. The offensive line have been incredible. The defensive line have been incredible. Ethan's been slinging it so well today. You know, Sam East has scored some touchdowns. Keon Smart, his play has been great as well. It's just
Quinton Wimmers looked great.
Yeah.
Simon, you know, coming in, spelling Keon at running back, he's looked great. It's been nice to see so many people make plays.
Yeah, I think this is, you know, the accumulation of just a great team effort. So I'm not going to give an answer to that question, Frankie. I'm going to just enjoy the fact that there's probably about 8 players individually that deserve it, as well as the offensive line as a whole, as we unfortunately see a Leeds player down, looking in quite a bit of pain, so fingers crossed he's okay.
Let us know in the comments, who do you think's been the MVP for today, and we'll get them over for an interview after the game. Who do you want to speak to? So our producer's just shouting in our ear, telling us off because it's obviously Ethan Gretzinger MVP, and we've already spoken to him at halftime, but he has been ridiculous today. And yeah, very accurate on those fades to any of the receivers today, hasn't he, Craig?
Oh, he's played incredibly well today. You know, not even just that, but he, you know, just when we were speaking to him, we got to see somebody that just enjoys being part of this team, understands the culture of the UWE Bullets, and is just happy to be a part of it. And just takes his opportunity in his stride and shows it on the field. He's, you know, that Ethan Gretzinger is a name within Bristol football now, MVP of the BAFA National Finals that the Bristol Aztecs won. And here he is just carrying on with that momentum for the UWE Bullets. An incredible game from him, and just some pass plays we've seen today that are just going to be absolutely just so difficult to stop.
Yeah, and I think the thing I love with it is he's not tried to do too much. He's not tried to put it all on his shoulders. You know, he's spread the ball out. You know, he always puts it as he's the point guard. He's just spreading it out, letting guys make plays, taking the easy things that the defense give you. And he's done that really well today.
In the game.
But, you know, getting everybody involved, making some plays, and, you know, letting receivers make him look good.
Yeah, and he's definitely done that, and you know, OC Jadrian Clark's going to be very happy with the performance from Ethan. I can imagine as you know, one of the best QBs in European football. It could probably be frustrating to watch somebody else do what the plays you're calling, but I can't think of a better person to be out there responding to those play calls than Ethan at the moment.
Special teams coordinator Anthony Fersman has just texted me, so he must be watching the stream, saying give it to Josh Gill, the kicker. I mean, he's had a good day. You know, he's had to do a lot of kickoffs.
Yeah, and they've been really good kicks. They've been really good kicks. His Leeds look to go to the air, but that will be a sack. The ball is on the ground.
Is that UWE ball?
Yeah.
It is, but there was 20 seconds left before that. I think that would be the game. They're not going to let another play happen there. They're going to call it.
Yeah, I believe that's what we're hearing with the whistles. As we go to the referees.
This is the end of the game.
And that is the end of the game.
Again, 18 with the play and 90. So that is, again, he's made a few good plays today, hasn't he, Mark Anthony? And then number 90 as well, Henry Ward.
Yeah,
both coming in together there for the sack and the forced fumble.
Yeah, and I think a sack for a forced fumble is an appropriate way for this game to end. UWE Bullets 62, Leeds Beckett Carnegie 0. Tough day out for Leeds. First game of the season, always difficult, especially with communication and just, you know, short preseason, things like that. But it wasn't tough for the victors today. UWE Bullets, who have come into the season strong.
One word I think is just dominant from UWE. But, you know, to paraphrase the Cardiff Cobras, I think Leeds have had a fun day out.
Yeah, there might be a long journey home for them, but UWE will be happy. I'm sure there's some plays they'll want back, but overall they're not going to be mad at that at all. First game of the season, always extremely difficult, but they handled it with poise and just looked strong from the start. A big point for UWE is just the lack of penalties that they had today.
Really such a nice change from last year's game 1 against Nottingham. You know, Nottingham being the week 1 champions last year, thought they'd won everything in one game. Obviously it wasn't the way the story untold itself, but yeah, nice to see just a clean game for UWE across all 3 phases.
Yeah, they played incredibly well. I know Coach Dan Mayer will be very happy with how things went today. Obviously, Coach Jadrian, Coach T, you know, Coach Pete Jones, everybody is going to be very happy with how the play went today. A very strong start. And the thing is, with starts, they are just the start, but they will build a strong foundation for this team going forward as they strive for 5. UWE Bullets 62, Leeds Beckett Carnegie 0. We'll try and speak to some players and coaches.
And we'll just pull over number 44, Quinton Wimmer today. Elite 5's MVP in his first game for the UWE Bullets today. You did a great job, Quinton. How do you find it?
A lot of fun. I haven't played in almost a year now, 11 months. So nice to be back on the turf, playing ball with the boys. Had a great time.
And obviously, we saw that connection with you and Ethan. Obviously, you played together at Paloma Pizza. Have I said that right?
Oh yeah, buddy ball all day.
There we go. So it's nice to have that back for you two today. It looks like you know, it's not changed anything. You two are still just on the same page all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And like we've had, you know, a few weeks of practice now just to dial it in. We lived together. We lived in the same room for a few weeks. So yeah, I'd say we know each other pretty well.
Yeah, you do. There's definitely some things you pick up when you're that close to somebody else. Some fantastic plays from you there. So the back corner of the end zone pass, like those look extremely dangerous for any team that's going to be facing against you guys. Overall, team chemistry just seems to be there. Seems to be fun. You guys seem to have hit the ground running. Excited for where this team's going from here?
Yeah, I mean, we came in and immediately, like, everyone just huddled up. We knew this was like a family. Like a lot, like we're like 80% new guys, but immediately everyone, you know, took everyone else in, and we're already a family out there, hyping everyone else up. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah,
well, it's been a lot of fun getting to call your name for a lot of touchdowns, and I'm sure that'll be the case going forward. Obviously, we'll let you get back to the rest, but thank you so much for your time. You played incredibly well. We're just watching some of your highlights here.
Awesome.
And enjoy. Welcome to UWE.
Thank you.
And
Excited to be here.
Coming here.
And before we go today, got one more interview. I've called over Simon Alifa. Great debut for the UWE Bullets today, Simon. You know, you scored the first 8 points, got an octopus.
Yep.
How do you find it today?
It was great. You come to UWE to play high-level games and play with high-level players, and we showed it there. That's what we do.
You did, and I mentioned it a few times on the stream today, but it was nice to see so many guys, you know, who progressed from SGS to UWE making plays today.
Yep.
You know, you and MK in the backfield did a great job. Harry Buckland at receiver, Alfie on the O-line,
yep.
The DBs, Joey McGovern, O'Shea, Micah Bearer at linebacker, Dan Spaff at safety. Like, I'm missing a few, Marcelo on the D-line. Like, so many of them making plays, but like, you guys stood out today, like you really did, and it was great to see. And it's nice to see you score that octopus straight up and start as we mean to go on.
Of course, yeah, thank you. At SGS, we were always told, play how you play. It's just football at a young age. And as you keep on growing, you keep progressing, and then you come play and you play at high level and you show out. That's what you want to do.
Absolutely. And do you think having so many, you know, people you've grown up with playing the sport all coming up here together, you've all got that goal to grow and progress, UWE really feels like the place for that for young British players, for players all over the world. You're able to show it here in this Premiership stage. How excited are you for this team going forward and what more you can produce as the year
I can't
goes
wait.
on?
We got a whole long season ahead of us. Every team should be worried to come against the UWE Bullets. That's how it should be. That's how it always will be.
Nice. We like to hear it, and
love it, Simon.
Like to see you out there running the ball some more. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your celebration. You played really well today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Great job today, Simon.
Thank you.
There we are. Nice to hear from Simon there after an incredible performance for the UWE Bullets. And just what an incredible team this is, Frankie. A lot of excitement going forward, I think, for everybody watching, everyone that's a fan of the UWE Bullets. They should be really excited about this team because there's a lot of phenomenal athletes and a very good team spirit.
There is. How did you describe it? The quest for 5, was it?
Strive for 5.
Strive for 5.
Strive for 5.
It's exciting now.
Yeah, then that's the first game on that journey to potentially winning another national championship. UWE Bullets starting the season strong with a 62-0 win. Frankie, any final words before we sign off here?
Football's back, baby. Let's go!
Football is back, and we are back. Big thank you to CheersMate for a wonderful production, as always. They do an incredible job. Thank you to Frankie Pankhurst for joining us here to watch the incredible UWE Bullets. My name's been Craig McLeod. You can follow me on Instagram at Craig McLeod Comedy, as I am also a comedian. Thank you very much to everybody that has joined us. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you for the future UWE home games. Thank you.